Hello there everyone and welcome to a new review on the channel, and today we're looking at a product that I've barely seen people talk about and one that is very good, and that is GPS 2.0 by Chris Funk and Penguin Magic. Now of course this doesn't have the best packaging whatsoever or the most beautiful thing to show on camera, but it is a very strong, a very good, and a very fun routine to perform that I've performed as well in Parlor, and it's slayed. It is so good, and I just want to share it here with you since it's inexpensive, it's very fun, and it plays big and packs small. So with that said, let's roll the intro and let's talk more about GPS 2.0. Perfect. So you decide to stick around, which means you want to learn more about GPS 2.0. So what is this routine? This routine is essentially a tossed out deck with luggage tags and destinations instead of cards. Now, I know this plot exists and there's variations of it that exist everywhere, but I think this is a very fun take on it and a very cool one at that has so many layers of deception that I think make it really stand out, especially for the price you're paying for this. This really is a professional routine. So let me tell you how this goes. Of course, I cannot perform it since I don't have 3 spectators nor an audience, but I will tell you how it goes. So you would remove these luggage tags, you would introduce them, why you have them, to your spectators, you would remove the band, and you give them out to be inspected to see that every single one is a different destination. You then take them back, you band them back up, and you invite 3 spectators on stage. You then tell each spectator that what they're going to do is they're just going to open at one point in the luggage tags and remember the destination. So you do it with the first spectator, the second spectator, and then you say, okay, so with you, we're going to do it the last time. I think you're familiar with the instructions. Then the last spectator does it as well. So then you have 3 destinations that they're seemingly thinking of, and then you're able to reveal them. So you're going to say, for example, I have New York, Toronto, and Hawaii. Go back to your seat. 2 of the 3 spectators are going to go back to their seat. 1 is going to remain. And then you're going to be like, so you remained. So you're the one that I picked up Hawaii on. It wasn't anyone that left. And that wasn't it, no? Okay. Let's try something between me and you. So then you would give like a reading on them. You would go off their tells, however you want to present it. And you say, no. Okay, that's why I messed up, depending on what you say to them. You're thinking of Las Vegas, are you not? And they're going to say yes. And then they go to their seat. That's how this routine plays out, which is very nice psychologically and subtly, and we're going to talk about that a bit more. So having said that, where do you get this? How much does it cost? And what do you get? So you can buy this at Penguin Magic. I believe it is the only place that actually have this in stock. It is $29.99 USD, and what you get is a few things. You get 2 sets of luggage tags. Okay, so let me just take them out. So you get 2 sets of luggage tags, just like these. They really look nice and they handle well. They look like what they're supposed to. These are what they look like without anything, so I can do a close up. So these is what the luggage tags look like, okay? And you are going to have to set it up. So essentially you're gonna have to write the destinations, everything. It's gonna take you maybe 15 minutes to do because you wanna do it well, but you're gonna have to set everything up. Okay, he tells you how to do it in the instructional. We're going to talk about that in a moment. But you set these up and you're good to go. So you get 2 sets of these ready to perform. You're going to have to write everything. You get to choose your destinations as well. You can use the destination that he does, or you can put your own that you want to do. That's up to you. I used the one that he uses as well in the tutorial, since I was making it alongside him. So yeah, you're just going to have to set these up. You get a few spare ones. If ever you miss or you write something badly, you get spares. And then you also get a card here on which you're going to have your tutorial. So you get like this card, and on this card you're going to get the tutorial video that's going to bring you to Penguin Magic, and it's going to be with Chris Funk. He's going to tell you everything. He's going to tell you every line of dialogue he says, why he says it, how he spins it, why he performs it as he does, and why was the choice of having a missed call. And I think that is a great thing, because not only in these types of routines, we're scared of it being too perfect and we're scared of it being of people talking afterwards. But what's nice about this is that it dispels the need to do that, because not only do you miss the first time, you're directly able to identify what country you missed with on who you missed, which means that clearly logically, the other two that you said are clearly one for the first and for the second spectator. So clearly he's missed. Then you're able to give him a reading, and you're able to show how you're able to read his mind directly and reveal it, which reinforces not only that you're able to do what you're seemingly doing, but if you're able to do it with this person, you were clearly able to do it the exact same way with the other two people that went back to their seats. So the layers of deceptions here are great. Also, as I mentioned, these are inspected beforehand by everyone in the audience. You can even hand them out, one to each audience member if you want, and everyone can see they're all different. So there's so many layers build up here that once you finish the routine, there's not really anywhere you can backtrack. Yes, can be a scenario where one of the spectators they could be talking to each other, but even then I think that this way of performing it lessens that impact. So he's going to explain all of that in the tutorial. It's a really good tutorial. So having said that, let's talk about difficulty. How difficult is this to perform? As long as you can remember your pattern, your script, and the 3 destinations, technically 4 destinations, you're good. That's pretty much all you have to. There's no real sleight of hand, no real complicated moves, no real deceptive techniques that take any major practice. Super easy to do. As long as you know your script, what you're saying, and how you're supposed to build it, you're good to go. In terms of practicality, what do you need for this? Also super practical. Just these 2 things. You put these in your case or inside anywhere that you want, or in a mini box when you're going out to perform, and you're able to entertain people, a full set of audience members for like 5 minutes with just this, which is absolutely great. So packs really small, inspectable. Yes, you give them out at the beginning. Everyone can inspect them if you so wish. Inspectable, yes. Reset, instant, basically the moment you're done. Of course, you're not going to do it again, right? But if you're doing table hopping, it's instant reset. You could literally just put it back and just go to the next table. Instant reset. It is, in terms of repeatability, it is always going to be the same result. So that could be an issue, but if you're doing it stage parlor the way it's kind of intended to be performed, that's never going to be an issue. Angle-wise, no issues whatsoever, as well as with angles. And for this, you don't need a table. It can be done fully standing up without any other additional props. So very, very good practicality-wise. In terms of where to perform, this excels in stage, parlor, cabaret, anywhere standing up. But it also can play at a table. It can play at a smaller parlor setting. You could do this if you want, but I think this plays better if you have a lot of people in the audience. I'd say maybe 20 or more. I think this would play out great, and it would work absolutely great for those settings. So having said all that, what are the positives and negatives of GPS 2.0? So let's start with the negatives. What are the negatives of this product? And if I'm being honest, there's not really many negatives. Honestly, I think the only negative is the classic negative of tossed out deck, is that if ever the spectators would go out and discuss, they may encounter something that would explain the effect. But that's pretty much it. I think that there's so many layers of deception here that it kind of dispels that play. But I think that's the only real negative here. What are the positives? 1, the props you get are great. The instructions you get are great. The routine is great. The building of this is great. The psychology behind everything here is great. The props looks as they should. It's super easy to perform. It packs small. It plays big. It can be done in a lot of different places. It is a great routine, and it is super cheap in my opinion. I mean, most tossed out decks that use decks of cards are like $30+. This is luggage tags. This is customizable. This is fresh. It's new. And it's cheaper than most other tossed out decks on the market. So I feel it's great. I really, really, really like this. So would I recommend GPS 2.0? I think that if you do stage or parlor mentalism and you do the tossed out deck, or you wanted to do the tossed out deck, or if you want to change the approach that you're using for that plot, I think you should look no further than this. I think this is the solution for it. It is very good. So I thoroughly recommend GPS 2.0. So what would I rate it out of 10? This is something that I use. It's something that I really love using. It's in my shows. I do it a lot. I'm giving this a 9.5 on 10. Incredibly good product. So that's all I have to say about GPS 2.0. If you have any other questions, leave them down below or in the comments. If not, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all in my next review. Have a good one, and bye-bye.